What up YouTube? It's your boy Naruto 180 and I'm giving you guys a review on the highly anticipated, very sought after Final Fantasy 13. As I said in my last video, I just beat that game yesterday around 4 in the morning. I really had a wonderful time with the game, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. It was great. But anyway, let me actually give you a review. Anyway, the story. Just like every other Final Fantasy game, they're not connected. Like if you've played Final Fantasy, you already know that. But the story pretty much takes place in the world Cocoon, and with Cocoon, they're controlled. Cocoon is kind of controlled by File C, and File C, and like, oh, Jesus, it's just. Hey man, like honestly, I kind of want to say go and like read up on the story, but it's pretty much like you have like these File C that pretty much look over Cocoon, and then like you got these then you got the rivals or the people, the infamous people, the post File C, post C I should say, and those people who are post C are pretty much cast, or like the outcasts of Cocoon, because of the fact they're to believe that there's going to be one post C that's going to turn into a mythical creature called Ragnarok and destroy Cocoon. And the people are fearful of this, and they don't want this, and so they have the whole government and all its people afraid of these post C, and they pretty much take them, cast them out, and try to kill them, or try to make them fulfill their focus, or whatever it may be, in a very forceful manner. Also, focuses, which is, I forgot to tell you, what post C have, they have these things called focuses. They have, when they become post C, they have brands on their arms, and that pretty much give you that description that's saying, yeah, I am a Lassie. And what they have to do when they're turning a Lassie, they have to fulfill the focus. And with that focus is very vivid. They don't know what it is, and they have to try somehow, some way to fulfill their focus. And if they don't fulfill their focus, they turn into these things called Seeds, and they're pretty much creatures that were like post C that have not fulfilled their focus, and they just turn into a creature that just wanders around aimlessly. But anyway, the story is pretty much about like 6 heroes, or 6 infamous heroes, who pretty much are turned into post C against their own will by a File C on Cocoon, and they're pretty much trying to not only fulfill their focus, but also to bring down a government that makes post C infamous. With that being said, I would have to say the story was good. I actually enjoyed the story. I believe because of the story, like some of the things, like the decisions that Square Enix made for the game, kind of make sense. I don't think people really thought about it, but it kind of makes sense. The music in this game, it is J-pop. You do have orchestra. I believe there's a lot of people out there that's going to say, oh well, we don't like J-pop, we didn't like the music, it sucked. But honestly, I think the music really did give a good feel towards this type of game. I really enjoyed the music. It really got me pumped sometimes. It really got me down sometimes. But I really enjoyed the music altogether. for this game. Another thing is, with this game, you have a lot of cutscenes. This is like friggin' MGS4 cutscenes. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like at the first beginning of the game, it's like you do something, cutscene, do something more, cutscene, and it goes on and on and on until you get to a certain point where you see less and less cutscenes. But I have to say these cutscenes they're done very well, and I was truly impressed with them. Gameplay. The gameplay of Final Fantasy XIII, let's face it, this has been the talk ever since before it came out, even after it came out, is the fact that it's really linear. And people who have played Final Fantasy XIII honestly do know that this isn't Final Fantasy XIII. This is not Final Fantasy XIII, but this is not Final Fantasy. This is not how the series has gone over the years. And like Square Enix already said, like this is probably like the last time to actually do something of this magnitude for the gameplay, making it extremely linear and easy for the characters, because easy for the players because they wanted to make the main focus the story. They didn't want people like, going through the story, getting into a town and say, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do that. Which brings me to another point on how the game is. Like when you think about the story, about the fact that you play 6 heroes, infamous heroes, who pretty much are cast out for being just postless C, or just a danger to Cocoon. I mean, like, it'd be kind of for me, it'd be kind of tough to see you going into a city and buying stuff and actual people saying, hey, how are you doing, being nice and friendly to you. I mean, how the game got it set up where if you like a postal C, like anyone around you or associated with you are going to pretty much get cast out like they are l'Cie, post l'Cie, which is kind of crazy. But I understood the direction of the game not putting in like big cities for you to explore, because you really wouldn't be able to explore them. Another thing, yes, the game is linear. It's linear to like, it's pretty much linear for the whole game, but I have to tell people who just played like a couple hours of that game, it does open up at chapter 11. When you get to Grand Pulse, it opens up immensely. I mean, it still is linear, but like, you be able to travel around Grand Pulse, which is rather breathtaking. Another thing, that's what I have to say, is the graphics is just wow. Like, the graphics in this game, I mean, is just very well done. It's amazing. The voice acting of this game, I actually enjoyed it. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say, well, the voice acting sucked. But honestly, I read something where Square Enix actually redid the game for Western audiences, so they can match up the English language with they can match up the English language with the characters' lip movements, which was rather cool, I think, and I think it shows Square Enix actually saw this in other JRPGs that did not do this and said, you know what, let's do something different, let's do this, and I think that was really cool of them. Let's see.